Hey everyone! Ever sat in a theater or on your couch, popcorn in hand, and noticed those dramatic studio logos that play before the movie even starts? You've seen them 100 times. But have you ever actually wondered what they mean or how they were created? These iconic visuals aren't just fancy intros. They each have a story, some with deep symbolism and others with surprisingly personal origins. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the fascinating history behind the most legendary movie studio logos in Hollywood. From Fishing on the Moon to roaring lions and glittering castles, each one has a backstory that's as interesting as the films they precede. So, grab your seat and dim the lights. This is the tale of the logos that launched 1,000 blockbusters. DreamWorks, The Boy on the Moon. Let's start with one of the most dreamlike logos out there. DreamWorks. Founded in 1994 by director Steven Spielberg, Disney executive Jeffrey Katzenberg, and music producer David Geffen, the studio was built on big ambitions and even bigger talent. The team wanted a logo that felt magical and timeless. The original idea: a grown man sitting on the moon, fishing. It was supposed to be created with CGI, but special effects wizard Dennis Muren suggested something more artistic, a hand-painted logo. So, artist Robert Hunt created a version with a young boy instead, based on his own son, William. Spielberg loved the change. That's how the moon-fishing boy came to life, representing childhood dreams, imagination, and a hint of Spielberg's personal brand of magic. Paramount, the Mountain of Stars. Next up is the iconic Mountain and Stars of Paramount Pictures. Founded in 1912, it's one of the oldest studios in Hollywood. But that snowy peak isn't just a random mountain. It's based on Ben Lomond Mountain in Utah, which the logo designer William Hodkinson saw in his youth. In the original version, 24 stars encircled the peak, each representing one of the studio's top film stars at the time. Over the years, the logo evolved. CGI replaced the hand-drawn version, and now there are only 22 stars. Why 2 stars disappeared? That remains a mystery. Still, the towering mountain and shimmering stars have remained a powerful symbol of Hollywood tradition and global cinema. Columbia Pictures, The Lady with the Torch. You've seen her a million times, the strong woman draped in robes holding a glowing torch against a backdrop of clouds. That's the Columbia Pictures logo. First introduced in 1924, it symbolizes the personification of America itself. But the logo didn't always look this polished. Early versions were clunky, with the woman holding an American flag and standing in front of a blank backdrop. Over the decades, she got several redesigns, different hairstyles, outfit changes, and even new poses. In 1993, artist Michael Deese painted the most iconic version we know today. And get this, the model for the modern Columbia lady wasn't an actress or celebrity. She was a regular housewife named Jenny Joseph, proof that anyone can become a Hollywood icon, even if only in silhouette. MGM, The Roaring Lion Legacy. If you've ever watched an MGM film, you know the sound. A lion's mighty roar filling the screen. That's Leo the Lion, or at least the latest in a long line of big cats used by the studio since 1924. The very first lion, named Slats, never actually roared. He just stared stoically at the camera. The next, Jackie, was the first to roar, even though movies were still silent. His roar was played in theaters using a phonograph placed behind the screen. Several lions followed, including Tanner and an anonymous one with a truly majestic mane. But it was Leo, introduced in 1957, who became the longest-serving and most iconic. Contrary to internet myths, no lions were harmed in the making of the logo. Most of those dramatic photos floating around? Total Photoshop fakes. Walt Disney, the Castle of Magic. You can almost hear the twinkling music just thinking about it. The Disney Castle logo is one of the most recognizable in the world. Originally inspired by Germany's Neuschwanstein Castle, it first appeared in a flat 2D form in Disney's earlier animations. But starting in 2006, Disney upgraded it to a full 3D masterpiece designed by industrial light and magic. The new version is modeled after Cinderella's castle from Disneyland Paris, complete with fireworks, moats, and a starry sky. The logo captures everything Disney is known for: wonder, nostalgia, and a hint of fairy tale magic. It's the kind of opening that practically whispers, "You're about to feel all the emotions." So next time you settle in for a movie, don't skip the logos. Behind every roaring lion, torch-bearing lady, or glittering castle is. So next time you settle in for a movie, don't skip the logos. Behind every roaring lion, torch-bearing lady, or glittering castle is a story, one built on history, symbolism, and a little bit of Hollywood flair. If you learned something new or just had fun diving into the behind-the-scenes magic, give this video a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more curious explorations of the cinematic world.